Hello, everyone. So, I want to talk about something that I think it's time to talk about it because, it's all out there on the internet. A lot of people have already been exposed to this, what I'm saying. People have talked on it, but I want to talk on it from my own perspective. And please use discernment. Let your soul tell you if I'm in the right direction. For me, that's what I do. So, you know, no worries if you don't understand me or disagree with me entirely, but this is my experience. And I think it's time to talk about what you might be seeing in the near future, which is actual entities. And I first started seeing them when I was very young and I was started already doing healing work. And they gravitate towards the good. They really want to, especially people who have gifts, they would really like to see your gifts become their gifts. They really, really do not understand my energy, how it works, where they know where it comes from, but it's like they haven't experienced it. There's just so dark and so low in consciousness and many different things from many different places, but all the same energy. So you can put a lot of things in that category of entities and beings and things that are here on this planet. But I remember that I was terrified and I was scared, and your brain goes through this like shift of like trying to figure out what you're actually looking at and the reality of it and how much it just changes your world, your physical world, knowing that these things actually do exist and they're very unpleasant to look at. There's a very bad smell. I can't even explain the smell, but it's a very bad smell. I experienced it, and it's a smell that you would never forget. Like if it ever came around you again, you're going to remember that smell, And I've dealt with them on all in the physical as I am talking to you now. Different times of the day is never a certain time of the day. My dreams are very much, protected in that sense. I don't have to deal with anything while I'm sleeping. It's usually just when I'm awake. And, people need to understand that the better you are in your soul right now, the more you're probably going to come in contact with them because it brings them out. And I believe shortly they'll just not even be really caring about the vessels that we're in. They're going to just show themselves. I think they've done things to this planet to make sure that they can. And it's, fulfillment of what's to come, which would be the Messiah, and it's sad, and, it's really hard to handle, and the way they look just so distorted, so gross. They just embody darkness, and if you're not right aligned or able to get yourself out of that state quick enough, you feel their energy, and it'll take you down. It can take you down. It's just that strong. I mean, they're very strong, very, very strong. This is their consciousness. So, they rule here right now. I mean, people's hearts should be ruling, our souls should be ruling. Depending on where you are in your consciousness is the degree of, respect is a low level word, but in their eyes, they would call it respect. Like I've had them bow down to me. I've had them, if you're demonic and you're talking to me, you won't be able to say one word. I have had that happen so many times with people, and they just can't even utter a word. They just can't say anything. It's like they're cut off. you know, that this is the energy. It's really strong, like I said. You'll feel it, and you'll feel it right in your heart chakra. And that's where I felt it, you know, because I got caught off guard a couple of times. And a couple of times it was more of a warning. You know, I knew it was less intense. It was just like, oh, they're around. Okay. And they are, you know, so you have to start trusting yourself and your body and your reaction to things that you might be seeing in the flesh in the future. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because I've never talked about really what it's like to be awake in the physical and have them standing right in front of you. And I've had I had to go through so many to even understand how to deal with it, because I was light. And I didn't even know, you know, people say they could see my light from real far away, and oh, you're the closest thing to an angel I'm ever going to see here, and just comments like that. And I just really just blew most things off, because it was almost like I was supposed to keep myself, because the more you know, the more it's in the ether. So it was almost like a protection for me, not being able to really like want to research it or really even give it much more thought. I was in other type of thought, and you know what I mean? I had a busy working, I don't know, I guess my ego wasn't needing to hear it or something. I don't know. I just never really responded to much of that. I knew it happened a lot. I knew things were going on, and I knew that I could see them. And I also knew that I was in control of my own spirit, my own soul, you know, that I had to take responsibility, and I had to learn from all these encounters that I was having. Because as many, you know, what you would call bad encounters, because seeing them is very shocking. I'm going to tell you now. I mean, I was little, and oh my gosh, it was really strange. I remember being very little and seeing someone's face contort, like literally contort, and you could almost see a face behind their face. And I was like, you know, oh God. I'm a little girl, and like, oh my God, to me it's just like a demon, a monster, you know. And I had a hard time dealing with it for some time, but I would get stronger, because I would start thinking about, like, why am I seeing this? You know, even as a little child, it's like, why is this happening? You know, and that's where a lot of people they're gonna come into where I was when I was little. And that's how you would feel, you know. And it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because you have eyes to see. This is a spiritual war. You need to see what you're up against. You need to realize that they crumble. They crumble to love, to compassion, to all the things that Brother Yeshua spoke on. They crumble. They can't take it. They can't take you even loving them. Loving them is the easiest way to get them to go away. Like actually looking at them, and not in pity, just with pure compassion, going, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful I'm not you. I'm so grateful. And you automatically, your heart chakra goes to Creator, and they just melt. You know, like they can't take it. What you're seeing is demons. They are literally unhinged. It's happening all over in so many different aspects of life. I'm not discarding the people who have done work on themselves or anything like that. It's just not that many, you know. And I can't say it is, because if you didn't do this journey and have any of these experiences, how easy is it going to be to control you when these things really start coming out? You know? So you really have to be grounded in who you are and the knowledge that you have, and that love, unconditional love is the only answer. I'm not saying that you don't defend yourself or you don't have, you're not, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you when you have to deal with a thing that's inside them. You need to know that. And the way you know that is by knowing yourself and knowing how to use discernment and knowing that in real life is going to be the challenge, not just on the internet and hearing information. It's like you have to know yourself, because they're playing on your weakness. They're playing on your lack of faith in your own soul and creator, and things that Brother Yeshua talked about and other people that have knowledge have talked about. They're batting on you for getting all of it and crumbling to the floor, because it's that kind of scary. It's that kind of, it knocks the wind out of you. It makes you wrestle with so many things in your own mind. And you don't want to be put in that position. You want to walk in love, love, love. I'm not saying that they'll stay away. It's different. You'll know. You'll know they have no power over you. You can feel that they have no power over you. You can just feel it. It's a knowing. That's because you have to raise your vibration so high. It's crazy. I laugh a lot and giggle a lot because it's funny to me now, but I still have compassion, for them in my soul. I feel that sadness for them, but I laugh because I understand, because it's like it's not even worth bothering me, because I'm in a place of peace now. I was on the retirement plan. So I want you to know yourself, know that you are loved, know that these are not a reflection of who you are. They are a reflection of something else that is very bad here, and it's called duality. And that's why the singularity is coming, and that's why their Messiah is been horned out with the horns. That's why people believe there was a rapture, because they're playing off of fear and not knowing, and they didn't take the time to really look at their experiences, or even to have experiences outside of what the devil is telling them to have. Because Creator would never tell you to do any of the things that are being done. It's just not. It's a consciousness that's above that type of consciousness. So, it's not duality. There is no darkness in my Creator. I know that people try to say that God has to have darkness. No, it's lies. It's lies. Because if that would be the truth, then I would crumble. They wouldn't fear me. They would know I'm just like them. They're scared because of the duality that's not in me, ultimately. And that's what you have to do. You have to take the duality out of you. You have to live as though duality doesn't exist. And just knowing how to do it is a gift, and a gift alone. You can use that in times of stress. You just remember it. It's a gift. You may not be able to walk in it 24/7 because of your circumstances, but you practice it because they can't handle it. Because you virtually become almost like invisible to them. They'll either walk right by you or go like look at you like they saw a ghost. And those are the things that happen to me, and it's almost like I'm in two places at once now, which is wonderful, because when you pray or you meditate, you're in two different places, right? But I'm just like really there. And I made a choice, and it was my journey, my experiences. I'm not saying they are yours, but I'm trying to open your mind to understand that they are if you're a fearful person or you get scared, they are scary. They are absolutely scary. And what's here and been here, and it's interdimensional, it has no love for us We are not. They're trying to kick us off the planet. That's what they're doing. They're evicting us, you know? Anyhow, if you like this video, you want to hear more things like this, or have any questions, please put it in the comments below. And I'm so grateful that Conspiracy Daddy was in my comments. Hey, brother. So good to see you. Anyhow, much love to you and your family. Healing love to your heart. Compassion on your soul. It's time to get strong. Much love. Bye.